Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tarun and today we have a very special guest on our channel. When it comes to spreading this person is on a mission to spread the financial literacy among all the Canadians from last 5 to 7 years. Um, I would say, when it comes to mortgages, when it comes to loan, investment, he's the expert. So without any further ado, the mortgage guy, Harshal. Harshal, welcome to our channel and thank you so much for giving us time from your busy schedule.
No, thank you. I mean, it's definitely a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much.
This is the first time I'm coming on camera, and I'm very excited.
Thank you so much. Thank you. But before we proceed ahead, I would like to congratulate you for crossing $30 million in sales
Wow.
at your profile. So
30 million was an old news, Tarun.
Oh.
As of today, year to date, I have crossed 60.
Wow, so it's double.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, so I need to update my numbers.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Harshal, like everyone, I always ask this question. So I'm pretty much sure all the audience out there, they really want to know, what's your story, who are you, and how you started all these things, and where you are today. So please.
Well, I mean, just like every other international student, I came to Canada in 2013, which is almost 10 years ago.
Yes.
I was just a guy who came to Canada with 3 bags, which you can say bag full of hopes, full of dreams.
True.
Just wanted to do something and prove himself. And I worked my way up. I did odd jobs. I mopped floors in restaurants because that was a requirement of that time.
Yes.
Then I graduated. After I graduated, the usual thing. I worked on my work permit, then PR, and then I started working in corporate. And
All the way up to
I learned a lot of things in multiple roles I worked, and yeah, I got my. So actually, I realized the power of me when I joined the bank in 2017, and I wanted to do something more. When I say I wanted to do something more, because I knew that I have more potential.
Yes.
And I wanted to tap into that potential, because it's like I wanted to try even if I fail. So I kept pushing myself to be the better version of myself every day, which of course, I mean, thankfully Canada is such a country where if you're doing your best,
True.
if you
Absolutely.
show up,
Absolutely.
if you do what you need to do, Canada appreciates you. So,
definitely
and that's what honestly worked for me. Everywhere I work, they loved me, and I kept
That's very
going
nice.
up. And yeah, here I am.
Well, thank you so much. And also, I would also like to ask you another question. So, like, kind of, we invite the guest on our channel, and then, we try to know from their own eyes, what is this whole industry, what is the role that you are at, or other guests we had on our channel. My next question would be, what's your style of work?
Okay.
Like
Well,
when it comes to like I would say what's the view from your shoes when you are a
No,
mortgage
absolutely.
guy. What is this?
So, Tarun, as a mortgage guy, I've been in this industry of home financing more than 3 years, but I've been a mortgage guy, a mortgage broker for almost 2.5 years now. Uh, in this particular industry, maybe it mortgage or real estate, anything that's sales oriented, there is no specific style.
Gotcha.
What you need to do is you have to find what you want, and it's been honestly 3 years, right? So
Is there any challenges that you come up with or
well, there are challenges in every industry, I feel, but what you really got to do is just like reflect on what you did and
True.
revise.
Okay.
Are there any gaps? Is there anything you need to do to cover those gaps?
Okay.
And when you figure those out, are there, like implement on those plans.
True, true.
And when you implement, you adapt.
True.
When you implement something new, you want to do it again and again, so you adapt to that and you get used to it. So that whole process is what something I would say, because in the last 3 years I have seen so many ups and downs in Canadian economy. We have seen mortgage rates, they were at from 3%, they went
Yes.
to literally
Low to
1 or
up, yeah, yeah.
2%,
True.
and now we are at 6%. So it's not style of work, it's about connecting with who you're dealing with.
Gotcha.
Right? If I look at it as a work, then it's not gonna serve me. But if I look at it in a way where what I'm doing, am I adding value to the person I'm dealing with? That's what
So you need
we
to say.
should do when it comes to style of work, or
So in
or
someone's success is your success. That's what.
someone's success is my success, absolutely. But also, I mean, sometimes it's not gonna be that way. You know what I mean is, when you talk to somebody, or what I usually do is, when I communicate or converse with someone, is, am I adding some value to his life?
True.
If not, are they adding value to my life?
Absolutely. And that's when
But
they
does
trust you.
that lift you or drain you?
Okay.
Some conversations may lift you, some conversations may drain you. But if it drains you, but if that draining comes at the cost of lifting the person in front of me, you do it.
Okay.
That's what the integrity. And when you have that integrity, so when you put that integrity into your work, people love you for what you do. That's what's, I feel, has worked for me in the last 3 years.
Okay. Interesting.
Thank you.
Okay. So my next question is, what's your leap of faith?
Okay. I mean, leap of faith would be,
Like, I mean, what keeps you, if you wanna do something, but you know that, okay, might be there would be a lot of challenges, but you still do it, that keeps you charismatic throughout the process. So what is that thing?
okay, that's a very tough question. But let me just gather my thoughts. So I would say, if you're ever in a situation where to be or not to be, what you should really do is ask the same question to the 5-year-old version of you.
Oh,
Is that 5-year-old version of me is going to be happy if I do this?
okay.
And also, you ask the version that's 5-year future of you.
Okay.
Which means if what you did today, if the 5-year after version of you is going to be happy, then it's worth it.
Oh,
But you might fail or you might succeed. But what you really need to do is, that's where my leap of faith comes into place, where if you fail,
yeah.
that's okay. Because if you succeed in the first attempt, then something's wrong.
Yes. True.
Right? But
Never
if you
give up.
fail,
Keep going. Yes.
if you fail, you look back.
True.
You see where was the gap, you work on it.
Oh,
And if you succeed, you still look back
okay.
and you see what worked for you. So when you know what worked for you, it's, you have to implement it into automation. Because when something that works for you, when you automize it, it improves the turnover for you, right? And I think that would be something that I would say leap of faith for me.
Okay. Very interesting.
Thank you.
And what's one thing that motivates you?
Oh, well, I mean, year to date, I have helped 85 families
Wow.
build their, like, not build their home, like get their home, right? So 85 families.
That's a huge number.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a huge number as compared to there are many uh, brokers out there,
Mm-hmm.
agents out there
Mm-hmm.
who are doing amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
just a baby who is learning to fly, right?
Well,
So,
for me, it's a very huge number, but yeah,
but that's
sure,
I
for
think
sure.
that's what motivates you when I see that in the past 2 or 3 years I have helped 85 families find their home. I have helped them feel comfortable in the whole home buying process, because buying a home
Mm-hmm.
is one of the biggest decision that you
Mm-hmm.
ever do in your life.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's a very major decision
True,
that you're committing
absolutely,
yourself for 25 to 30 years of
absolutely.
payments, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So how was that experience for that person?
yeah.
That's what motivates me. And I think it's those 85 happy families, though those happy
Well,
families motivate me.
congratulations.
Thank you.
That's very nice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And any advice would you like to give for anybody, who want to start their career as a mortgage agent in this industry? Something that you wanna?
In order to be successful in this industry, mortgage industry or a real estate industry or any industry that you are trying to build yourself in, what I would really say is some things that really worked for me is, first is always measure your day.
Mm-hmm.
So I developed this habit where every day I write and I measure my day in terms of some parameters.
Gotcha.
Like, basically, what I do is I categorize it into work, personal relationships. The next would be self care,
Okay.
and the Excel sheets, and the fifth thing would be upgrade you.
Wow.
So basically, like, what are you doing to upgrade yourself? Because everything's changing so fast. I mean, we just, like, a few years ago we were facing COVID, and now we are in 2023,
Yes.
almost facing the inflation. So what are you doing to upgrade yourself? Are you learning new skills? Are you updating with what's going on in the world? Are you looking back? you
True.
know that's another thing that is all really helped me. Something I implemented in I've been doing this for last 5 years, like, do a life audit.
And
When I
what's
say
that?
life audit, I mean, like, every December I just talk to myself, like, whatever this whole year was,
Mm-hmm.
the people I met, the the friendships I made, the habits I adapted,
Mm-hmm.
the habits I lost. What are they doing to me now? Are they serving me still? Are they adding any value? Or what do I need to do to get
Mm-hmm.
where I want to be?
Okay.
If I want to go, if I have certain goals and I want to be here, are those things still serving me? If not, what I need to do to change them. And when you know what you need to change them, the next thing you should do is how, which means either make a plan. When you have a plan, then implement it. If you don't, if you are having trouble implementing it, then break it into different steps, like plan of action. When you have those actions, then you execute that. And if you don't, if when you execute it, then you revise and adapt to it, and then that's how you just build your system.
Interesting. And any last piece of advice for any new immigrants that are starting up in this country?
Immigrants, for sure. I mean, first thing I would really tell anybody who is moving to Canada is develop a habit of getting a credit card. When you get a credit card, use it.
Okay.
Okay? Because financial literacy is very important in the first few years of that phase. You are new in the country, you are trying to establish yourself. So it's not about what you do, it's also about what you do and when you do it. If you do certain things 3 years after you come to Canada, maybe it's gonna take more time for you to work on it, right? So financial literacy, credit education, importance of making timely payments, because a lot of people I've seen when I was working in a call center in a bank, I saw that a lot of people, they could really use some help in terms of building their credit up, and all it takes is 6 months to build your credit. Something I always tell to my clients if they are working on building their credit is like the concept of auto payments. Bills like your internet, your car insurances, anything that you are paying every month, no matter what, instead of paying that through debit, pay through credit. So when you set up the auto payment, you are making sure that those payments are cleared by making a payment in debit. So what you're actually doing is you're still making the payment that you would have done by using debit, but now what you're doing is you are circulating that money in the credit. Like you're first using the credit, then you're using your debit to make that full payment. That develops and generates a strong credit behavior. When you develop that strong credit behavior for certain months, you will see your credit jump like crazy, because every month your credit gets updated. So if you do these practices for 6 months, you're gonna be fine.
Gotcha.
So that's something I would definitely tell as an advice to any immigrant who is new to the country.
Well, thank you so much, Harshal, for today. And I'm pretty much sure this is a very, very enriched content that you gave us today. And this knowledge is so much useful for myself, and for anybody who is watching out to us. And once again, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And for such a more content, please subscribe to this channel and comment below and let us know what do you think. And till that time, we'll see you. And once again, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. Bye.